It has been a long time since I have made a video like this. I have not talked about New Prairie drama for years. Actually, I think it's only been 1 year. Anyways, the fact that something is this bad, that I am coming out of retirement to talk about it, it's fucked up. Boston Gamble, an 18-year-old, formerly student at New Prairie High School, is dating a 13-year-old. Now, I know numbers may be difficult for some people, so if we put that into perspective, imagine you in middle school. Imagine how impressionable, how much little you knew about the world and how much more you know now. Imagine how easy it would have probably been to manipulate you back then. Imagine how vulnerable that a 13-year-old is. Imagine how disgusting then it is for an adult, an 18-year-old, which is an adult, to impress upon that immaturity, to put themselves in a right to control that person. I don't think most people are for pedophilia. I would hope not. But there are some people who think it's not that bad or not that deep. It is fucking that deep. It is way deeper than you or anybody else could even imagine. I want you to think for a moment what happens if we normalize this kind of behavior. More things like this happen if we do not shame things like these. If we do not help the people that are in these situations. I'm not going to mention the victim's name throughout this video because that's wrong. But just know that if you're watching, we're here. Like, we can help you, okay? And you have more power than you realize. You can just you can kick him out, okay? But if we don't stop things like these from happening, situations only get worse. If we normalize this in our community now, things will only get worse. It is wrong and deplorable. Now, all that being said, all of that obvious shit that should be obvious to most people out of the way, let's get into what Boston Gamble has to say about it, because I promise you, if you're not at least angry by the end of this video, you have a problem. So, well, I'll see you at the end. Alright, let's just start off with some of the allegations. I know that you forced a little girl to drink. I know that you've dated lots of little girls. I know that you told your girlfriend's parents that you're 16 because you both know you're a pred. So what is it we don't know? Because I'll find out if you want. You're a pred forever and always, boo. There's no twisting it. When you live in a small community full of little girls you dated, it's kind of hard to get away with. Now, obviously, these are allegations. Obviously, without proof, you can kind of sit there and you can be like, it's one way or the other. And, if I saw this from face value, I'd still believe it just because I'm a big believe women person. There's cases where people lie. Like, that happens all the time. What is going on here, right? So that's just a little introduction. Here is some of the footage, just screen recording that some people made of Boston Gamble. This is a 13-year-old, by the way, kissing a 13-year-old. So here we go. Right there. Right there. The post in question, by the way, says, "I'm the GOAT, you the GOAT. I guess we legendary Bay." The greatest of all times are not pedophiles. I'm just saying. Just wild. Just wild. The text here says, and why make a claim without proof? I mean, making your stuff private doesn't hide it, and lying don't make it alright either, and you guys kissing the way you are is considered sexual. I would agree. I think kissing a minor as an adult is, that's gross. Especially when the minor is in fucking middle school. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? I mean, it's appalling, to say the least, right? Are we dead ass? Like, dude, this is not even the first fucking controversy with Boston Gamble I have ever covered. You understand how fucking crazy that is? How the fuck are you this demented that you're gonna sit here and you're gonna say, well, I'm dating a 13-year-old. And so, okay, let's say that's conjecture, that I haven't brought up any evidence that they're 13 yet. Well, I bet you're really excited to see the next piece of evidence. This next piece is a text exchange between Boston Gamble and somebody else who is saying the N-word. That doesn't mean I'm going to say it, but just for brevity, the person did in fact say it. They asked to be anonymous, which is fair, I guess. Now, I would show them, but to be honest, I'm more kind of concerned with the predatory stuff. We can address the N-word stuff later. Yo, what the fuck is up with you, goofy ass feller? Fucking disgusting. Do better, Boston. What the fuck? She's 13. Boston then says, not doing none sexual with her. Speak normally. Anyway, sorry. None sexual with her, so it's all legal. Gang, I don't give a fuck. Talk your shit. I don't care. Wait till I see you. We gonna talk. We ain't even together. We're not together, huh? Is kissing being together? So then this person goes on to say, psh, yeah, sure, kissing and shit? Question mark. We ain't. Oh, we're not? Really? You're not. So, first lie here. We're not kissing. Really? Yeah. And also, kissing is definitely sexual. It's perfectly legal if we did nothing wrong, as long as nothing sexual is going on. First of all, kissing a minor is definitely illegal. And this goes past Romeo and Juliet laws. You should know that. Romeo and Juliet laws only extend, I think, 2 years. Okay? And even that's kind of ludicrous. But, like, dude. What? Then, others will, yeah, sure, I'm gonna have people with. About the Burger King thing that was mentioned back there. Tell them what? Fuck yo people. That I like a 13-year-old? Boo hoo. We ain't fucked, so it's legal. Boo hoo. We ain't fucked, so it's legal. You got me. I don't have a word to say to that. That's insane. So, we have evidence that Boston likes a 13-year-old. Even if they're not dating. Which they have kissed, though. So, okay. You know, you're not dating a 13-year-old, you're just kissing one. Holding its face. Talking to them. Is that not grooming? Do you need a lecture on what grooming is? You don't know? You're gonna find out now. Hello, everybody. My name is Mr. Labubu.
And I'm I'm Mr. Horse.
And today,
We're here.
to explain
What grooming is.
what?
Okay, basically, grooming is when an adult impresses ideas upon a child. Like so. Hello, Labubu.
Hello, Mr. Horse. I noticed that you're in a position of authority.
Yes, I'm in a position of authority, and that means I get to dictate what our relationship is like. Now, as a responsible adult, I should probably not be making sexual advances at you, especially because you are a middle schooler and I am 18 years old.
That's true, Mr. Horse.
But since I am going to manipulate you now to get with me, I suggest that we post cute TikToks together and date. Yes, as 13-year-olds and a 13-year-old and an 18-year-old definitely normally should.
Wow! I can't believe that I just learned what grooming is. This is part of the Midwest experience.
Fuck you.
Okay, so just quickly, this is one paid thing. I'm gonna talk about this a lot, right now. So I'm just gonna read it really quickly to show you guys. So the Almost Friday account says you're a pedo, just admit it. Then Boston Gamble says, search it up. Is it okay for a 14-year-old to date an 18-year-old as long as it isn't intimate? First of all, she's fucking 13, jackass. And the fact that you're lying about her age tells me you know it's wrong. But anyways, we'll get there. Swarch it up, dumbass. And Almost Friday says you're sexually attracted to a 13-year-old. Yeah, as Almost Friday should. Yeah, clock that shit. And the worst response of the fucking century goes to Boston Gamble. Not sexually, emotionally, yes. What? Huh? Emotionally, yes? What do you mean emotionally, yes? You fucking piece of shit. You're attracted to a 13-year-old even emotionally? Can you imagine the weight that puts on that 13-year-old and the age gap dependency? You're a fucking adult, okay? You're 18 years old. You turned 18 in October. You had enough time as an adult to understand that is wrong, okay? I turned 18 in January, and I can't even fucking fathom having that kind of a relationship with a 13-year-old. That's fucking disgusting, okay? In what fucking world do you think people are not going to do something about this? Do you think we're just gonna sit there and let that happen? Fuck no. And you know the other thing too is you have lied about your age. You said you're 16 to the parents. You've lied about her age. You told me 16 when I texted you. 16. That's what you said. Then some other people, you said 14. Which, okay. I mean, that's considerably worse. I mean, I think 16-year-old and 18-year-old is also really iffy. 14-year-old and an 18-year-old, that's insane. Okay. You can say, is it okay for a 14-year-old to date an 18-year-old as long as it isn't intimate? As long as you fucking want, but you kiss them. And they're not 14, jackass. They are 13. You are dating a middle schooler. That's disgusting. And if we keep allowing shit like this in our community, this will only continue. This isn't the only case in New Prairie history of something like this happening. But I hope to God we can make it one of the last. If we shame this behavior, we make sure it's not okay. The last thing I want to say is that a lot of people are going to sit here and hate on Boston for also being trans. And I want to say that I have a lot of trans friends, okay?
And it's not. There's nothing wrong with being trans. There's something wrong with being a fucking pedophile. And if you're gonna hate somebody, and the two things that they have about them is that you know is that they're trans and a pedophile, and the first thing you say is them about being trans, it does say a lot about you. So maybe we start hating on somebody for being a pedophile, because being a pedophile is a sin that I don't think you can bounce back from. I believe that most people, when they make a mistake, are well-intentioned, and they're making mistakes. They don't know what they're doing. This is deliberate. These are lies to cover up the fact that because obviously he knows that it's wrong, and he's using the defense about legality. By the way, just because something is legal doesn't mean it's moral, okay? If that's how our laws worked, you would think there'd be a lot less debate about, the function of something. We would go based on how morality works, but that's not how laws work. So just because something's in the law books doesn't mean that it's moral. Just because the government says, oh, this is okay, doesn't mean it's okay. Also, we're in Indiana. The fucking minimum wage is $7.25. And you're going off the metric. Search up, is it okay for a 14-year-old to date an 18-year-old as long as it isn't intimate? What? You, viewers at home, you should be angry right now. You should be angry that somebody like this has the gall to hurt another victim in our community. Yeah, it takes a lot for me not to cry on camera. I'm gonna be honest. It upsets me to my core. I hope I'm doing my part. I'm getting information out, and I'm hoping that something happens, because at the end of the day, it comes down to the parents' decision and what they're gonna do. Boston Gamble, you're a sick pedophile. You're disgusting. You disgust me. You disgust many people. And I hope there's a semblance of humanity in you that makes you quit your decisions and quit this shit, and to not maybe fucking talk to 13-year-olds and then tell people. You know what's wrong. So, to Boston Gamble, you're disgusting.